sitting here in my lounge sort of midday, spinning up a little thick and thin project with that same alpaca that I spun, that I combed in the previous video 1. Now this time I deliberately just hand carded it, so it's full of little nips, and as you may have seen if you watched the first video, being a Kriya fleece, it's got lots of little Kriya tips in as well, but I wanted that in this yarn because it's going to be used for my cushion as well, and I want something with some texture and contrast and whatever. So hey, wait, maybe you can see it like that, huh? That's not skin tone. That's a good contrast, I think. Let's apply back as well. There we go. Oh, not bad. Let's see if you can see like that. There we go. When I do the editing, maybe I can zoom in a bit if necessary. Anyway, so I think this will offer quite a bit of contrast, and I can't wait to start weaving the cushion. I discovered I had some extra yarns that would actually work well in this particular one too. Maybe I should show that. Let me just go. I don't know if you can see, that's all the little bits that would have been taken out in the combs that now end up in my yarn. But as I say, it is welcome in this case because it's going to give a lot of texture there, and for a cushion that is not a problem. See, there's a little Kriya tip though that I would normally have taken out with the combs, and let's see, but it can stay right there. It's welcome for now. Let's see if I can. Okay, obviously this was the baby that we've completed already. Now this happens to be Gotland that I spun up on a previous occasion in my sort of drizzle lock cloud spinning project that wasn't done on camera, so I will repeat another one like that at some stage. Maybe I should open it up and show it to you. I'm not sure yet whether I will be adding this to this project. There you go, that's what the Gotland looks like. It will work perfectly in the cushion, but I don't really know if that's what I want. I'll see. The other yarn that I'm going to add to that as well is another thick and thin spiral ply. Now this is just alpaca, and that was actually spun on a core of Hampshire down. Let's see, there you go. Now how much you can see of that, and I think it looks beautiful with this. So I'm going to add that in the cushion. Reason why I'm not sure about the grey yet, I think that would detract from this beautiful color. So the grey, well, I love this, and it's, as I've mentioned before as well, it's one of my favorite colors. But I've got blue dyed Gotland as well. It's here somewhere. I'm not going to dig around for it now. You saw it on previous videos, video 1 and 2 I think. So I think I'm going to add this to a blue tone project, and I'm actually wearing my next project's color scheme, which is some of my favorite beads that I brought back from Europe. Don't know if you can see the colors in there, but it consists of my all-time favorite color, which is this taupe on this side, which happens to go with my clothes today. But then this is sort of a bluish, peacocky, greeny. It can go anyway. So I've got something boiling in my mind, or percolating on my mind, I think is a better way to say it. It's not a overpowering thought yet, it's just simmering away. So this will be combined with whatever I do with that. That will, in other words, not be going in here, but these two babies, I can see this as a match made in heaven. So I will add, I hope I remember, I might add some pictures of what the bat looked like before I spun up this one. I think that's enough for now. Oh, but why not give a little bit of something else as well? Here's another, this is alpaca and Gotland, and I think it's even got some, yeah, I think it's got some blue face Leicester locks in as well. This is a different yarn, also sort of a thick and thin, but this again will be for a project that will lean towards the purples. So I've got two projects that are itching to get going. Here's some grey alpaca that I spun already. That will be going perfectly with either this purple or with my Gotland here. My God, it's called my back. So can go to any of them. I could even combine that, but I do think I want two separate projects. Well, I change my mind quite often anyway, so that's the nice thing of having a mind. You can change it if you want to, no? So I think that's enough for now. I'm not going to go with more yucking on this side. I'm going to do a little bit more spinning off camera because I'm in the mood for today. And we will chat with the next video. Bye. Is nice. I am quite chuffed with what I'm getting out of here, even if I have to say so myself. Maybe it's time to stop and show a bit again. You see that? All natural alpaca colors, besides the tiny little bit of silk and the odd glitter that you can see there. Let's carry on. Bits where there's a lot of Suri and silk are naturally a bit thinner as well, but they do still have enough of the Wakaya alpaca to give it a good fluff up. Moving to this end now, so my back is really taking me to the cleaner here. So let's just get a little bit of a better posture again, just to normalize. And I need to guide some of these other guys back in there. otherwise it's going to break soon. There's a whole handful of silk that wants to jump in all at once, but that's fine. I'll give a few bites on this end and then move a little bit back again. You'll notice it's a bit of a manipulation job as well. Use common sense. If you see something is getting a bit thin, add something to it. But there's no manual needed as to how to do it. It really is all your own design. And if it doesn't come out exactly what you had in mind anyway, then you can normally bet yourself afterwards you're probably going to even be more impressed with what it turned out to be. We often have one idea to do a thing, but I think the creator has sort of got the last idea. So, and the magic happens as we're busy. And look at those beautiful colors that we're coaxing out of there. I just absolutely love it. I hope you can see enough there. Now, if you've been sitting wondering what we do with the fibre that's left on the hackle when we're finished with it, that's by no means waste. That is a perfect blend to go onto a drum carder when you're busy with some special mix. Now I've moved this camera with my foot, so I better send it back. Hopefully it's okay like that. Add some more body at the back there. Don't want to waste too much. And there's still quite a bit that I can add in there. And guys, don't hide. It's getting to the end here. I'll put that out a little bit so it comes out a bit faster and easier. Now obviously I'm much thinner here where I'm now, but that's not a problem because when you're spinning you're actually drafting anyway, you're making it thinner anyway. So this is just sort of like, you can call it pre-drafted. Okay, so that is what's left, and as I say, that is by no means waste. I'm going to use it as is and make some nice bat with all these colors as well. I've got enough of this to carry on even more. Now let's go to the nice bit. I'm going to wind this up so we can see what we've got here. Places where it looks like it's drifting apart a little bit is because it's Suri and silk. That is sort of overload with Suri and silk. And I think this must have fallen, yeah, I was going to say it must have fallen apart because this is not all we've got. Let me go down there and add the rest to it. This is yummy. I'm going to enjoy. Sorry if you do not get all of this on camera. I think I should move out of the way because it gets caught up against my dress and then it pulls apart again. Oh my, this is beautiful. This is so beautiful. I'm going to try and get my hands out of there and show you what I've got. This is what I call magic. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so we'll be back to spin this. Okay, I thought I'll be back just quickly to show you what I've got in my hand. Now, this is the ends that were left on the back of the hackle that I've just taken off. And I think I'm actually just going to spin it just like that. It's so lovely. Just pull it and start spinning. That's what I'm going to do with this one. So I'm going to have another one to spin when I'm finished with the other hackle full of fiber. So that is definitely going to be something. I'll let you know what the weights were for everything, but I'll weigh up the two guys at the end. Right. Let's prep some more shorter bits to make the lush a bit faster. Like that. And just sort of pull it apart again. There we go. See? That should do it. I'll put some dark brown Suri next. Let's just make shorter bits again. That should do it. Split it a bit more. I'm just going to add a bit in between. Just a bit here and there as well. I'm just adding little bits of Suri because obviously we want that to sort of be dispersed amongst the wakaya parts. And where shall I put that last little bit? Maybe over here. There we go. Last bit, you could stay there. Right, let's add some more white. Don't have much of this left. Okay, shorter bits. There we go. And half it again. And then I'm going to put that on the little bits this time. There's really no rhyme or reason to this. You look at your picture and decide what you're going to fill in next. Because remember, this is going to be nice variegated yarn. And the idea is just that you're going to have the 5 different colors of alpaca in at one go. So we've got a nice white layer in here for now. I'll use all of that up. It's done. No more white left. Okay, that is that. Now I'll add a bit of black Suri. Again, let's make shorter little bits and give it another little split. And then I've got my little paintbrush. Just looks like a nice color or something. Because the Suri is very much like silk, I think I'm going to hold on to it a bit because it will just run through the teeth. Now you can also see why you need the tighter teeth, or the thinner hand combs if you want to do Suri, because it just basically runs right through. It's so sleek and smooth. Okay. That looks nice. I think I'm going to add a bit of salt there. But I'm first going to add a tiny bit of sparkles. Not much. I am not one for too much glitter, but I wouldn't mind a bit of visibility here. Obviously, now this is going to be full of sparkle now for who knows how long, because that stuff travels. Okay, let's see. A piece of salt. It doesn't have to be too much. It's probably about 3 or 4 grams. Okay, that's the amount of silk I've got here. I'm not going to use all of it. I'm just going to start painting it on, and again, because it's like Suri in this case, I'm just going to put a tiny little bit, hold it down with my fingers at the back, and just sort of guide it through. And I think that's enough silk for now. I've got silk all over the clothes too. Go there. Stay. Right. How about some brown? A little bit of brown. Can come back to. Right. Let's make our little paintbrush here. I'll split it again. Staple it is obviously a bit long. Keep that in mind all the time. Right, I'm just going to do a little bit in 2 spots, I think, for now. Or maybe I'll, I don't know, let's see. I wanted to not be right through last little bit, just interspersed bits of brown. So that'll do. Come on, there we go. My goodness, I'm full of glitter too. Sparkly one. Right. Let's do some of the brown. Well, Solomon's sort of nice light color. And again, shorter bits to paint on. Makes it easier. You can just take one long little string, but I mean that's going to take forever. And I prefer to have a bit of effect visible. It's just a little end when you start drawing it, then you don't have much left. Right, half again, and there's our paintbrush. Let's paint. And on this end as well, and in the middle. Okay, what should I do next? I still have quite a bit of black Suri left. It's going to be much different from the other bat. Well, not bat, roving top actually. Let's see. See with the Suri, it just sort of drifts apart. Okay, I'm gonna do this as well. What will I do? I think I'll just take this right through. Rather hold down, otherwise it's going to take forever. That is enough. Add a tiny little bit more silk. Hold down again, otherwise it's just going to slide through. There we go. Okay. This extra can stay there. I think I will do a brown layer again now. And prepare the little paintbrush. Okay. This tape is quite long off this one. Alright. Let's see. I'm gonna do there. And there. A bit more there and a bit more there. I've got one more of the light fawn, and I think I will do that sort of on the three ends. Okay, let's get the paintbrush going first. There we go. Right, a little bit in the middle here. And a bit more there. And the last little bit here. There we go. All right. Now we'll close it and just keep it all in one spot. There you go, back there. Okay, and it should stay. And dizz it off. It's going to be a bit of a tricky one because I'm starting on that far end again. Let's see how it goes. Maybe I should rather adjust this a little bit so you can see a bit better. There we go. Don't really want to start with this bit. That's silk, so it's going to come through anyway. But I coax out a bit of the wakaya first. Right, once you've got a bit through, just give it a bit of a pull, and then you can start working your way back. And look at that, you've already got a nice handful of different colors all blended up. So let's continue. Now remember, this is the second sort of roving that I'm putting through. The other one was different sequences, and you'll see you can basically, it's endless. Every time you do it, it will come out a little bit different, but your coloring will still be the same. Just sort of lift up your fibers so that you keep on getting them all in there, and they will take their little friends for a walkies. Don't you worry, as long as you get them to hug each other. It's just those longer pieces, they want to go and hug the buddies that are through the orifice already, and that's not so interesting. So you've got to send them back to where they belong. All right. I think I'm going to have to put that a little bit back to the end there. Don't want to lose all of that nice fibre there just because it's shorter. Should actually have stayed there for a little bit longer anyway. I hate doing that far end because now with the camera obviously I'm sitting on the opposite side, and it's quite an awkward position. Just manipulate it a little bit at the back so that it's not so tight. There's some interesting colors coming through here. I don't want to run out of fibre on the far end with nothing in between, otherwise I can't work my way back. So I better start waltzing back to this side, making sure I've got enough all the time. Started getting a bit thin, but that's not serious. It just means you don't have to draft so much when you're busy spinning. Let me lift up some more of the other stuff. There you go, buddies. Go and get your friends. Come on, you can join the party. I hope you can see enough there. I'm going to move the, look at that, move the camera a little bit again. There we go. Sometimes when you get your hands on some of those longer staple lengths, like the silk and that one brown Wakaya has got a very long staple length, then it gets a little bit difficult to pull it through, but just give it a wiggle and persevere, it will go through. I need to work my way back a tiny little bit again, otherwise I'm losing too much fibre here. Well, not losing, I'll just use it either spinning it up as is or in a bat, but I try to get as much of in one go as I can. And there's still nice black in there. Really nice colors coming through, can you see that? Really pretty. Now, if you've seen my dress, you know what my kind of taste is like. The browns and blacks and whites. All those natural colors. Not one for garishness. I don't mind a little bit of spot of color as an accent, but the natural colors definitely are my favorites. Silk, you can go there for the moment. Let's see what else I can get out here. And give it a good wiggle, see? I'm going to have a bit of a problem coming back if I go and grip all that on the end, but let's see what happens. Why not? It gives me a tough time coming back, tough luck. Just want to show you how you can walk your way, trying to get as much as you can off the teeth. I'm playing fibre roulette here, I think. It's going to be tough getting back there. So what I will do here is just break it off. There we go. See, it's not the end of the world. But park that on my lap. Well, actually, let me rather roll this up, because I've got a kitty wandering around and I would not want him to get involved in this game. That will be disastrous. So let's leave my dress alone. The silk just grabs onto everything, and the Suri as well. My goodness, this is just half a bat or half a hackle, and it's a huge handful already. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. All right, I'll do the other half now. Just put that on the heap there, and as I say, it's no major issue. We'll just carry on right where we left off here. Look a little bit through, as long as you've got a, you see there, just need a little bit of something to start pulling, and there we go. Just make sure you put the other ones behind there so they can grab each other. They don't like being alone, so they will take their friends for a ride. So, and off we go. Just put these guys together as well. And let me go and get some more of these ones before I get myself completely out of the picture again. I won't go so far back this time. Just that little bit in. Just look at that. So lovely. And it's all natural alpaca colors, except for obviously the silk I've added, and that tiny little bit of glitter that was added just for interest's sake. Not so much because I like the sort of artificialness in it, but in nature you also have the glitter of sunshine, so we add that just to give it a little bit of an added dimension. I think it will look nice. Hey, you come up there, I need you inside here. There we go. And as we work our way through the hackle, and because it was loaded different, you can be boring and just load one row and then another row and another row and whatever. At least you'll know that your top will be sort of rather uniform. But again, as I've mentioned previously, so you can fill up a whole hackle just with one color and end up with a nice huge single color to just keep on spinning. But sometimes that's nice as well. I'm not one that likes to sort of break up my spinning session because I need to go and prep some more or whatever. Oh, I suppose if you have to, you have to. But it's nice to be able to prepare enough in advance. Okay, let's see how much I can get off here. There's a little oakie that's trying to jump the gun because he doesn't want to go through the portal, so he wants to go straight. Let's see, how much can I get off here? And again, as I say, these thinner bits that you pull out like that, it's like a pencil roving. Nothing wrong with that. You just won't have to do much drafting when you're spinning. Let's see if I can poke some more in there. I'm now really just sort of playing fibre chicken here, I suppose. That is not really salvageable. I'm just trying to see how much I can get off. So far so good. If you can do it, why not? Okay, I think I will leave it at that. Right, let's just roll up this last little bit. And it's now busy grabbing onto my dress. Oh, this is so pretty. Okay, so that is basically that last little bit. Isn't this beautiful? Okay, I'm going to take off the stopper and we'll just take it out. Isn't this interesting? Okay, now this, I've looked at the previous one with all the nice colors in there, and you can either go and put this on a bat, card it with something else, or actually end up just spinning it right like this. So I'll add it to the other batch There we go. A nice handful of what some people would call waste, and I think there's lots of possibilities for this still. So that's it for the hackle episode. Something I haven't included there, I've taken a picture of it. This is the little traveling gate that comes with your Majacraft Little Gem. Let me put it right there and you can read for yourself. So it's simple. If you want to take this with you, let's say you're going away for a holiday for 2 or 3 weeks and you're planning on doing quite a bit of spinning, just pull out the rods and put it all in your bag. I have mine just on standby next to me all the time. Right. Something else, I must make sure that I don't forget anything. I'm going to give a link with the video to a Stash Buster package of alpaca fibers. That is exactly 100 grams. It's just 4 different colors of alpaca, but it's perfect to do what we've done here. Now, a lot of people have said to me, oh yeah, but 100 grams, it's not really much. Oh no, it's a lot. This is 87 grams of alpaca. No, I'm lying. 78 grams of alpaca after it was prepped. Now, it was 100 grams that I've measured out, but we had some wastage, which I don't really call wastage because I'm going to spin it up or use it in a bat anyway. I don't know where I put it. Anyway, so this is not even 100 grams and it's a whole basket full. So with 100 grams of alpaca, you're going to get quite far. Now, let's get spinning. I'm full of glitter because obviously I had glitter in the blend. The position. There we go. Right. Let's just move a little slider to the back because that's where we're going to start. And the nice thing with this wildflower, it's got nice big holes, so you don't need an orifice hook. Just pop it through and away she goes. Okay, now I have something else to practice here or sort out, because obviously these mounds of fluffs, let me see if I can take one of the smaller bits for starters. They are filled with silk and Suri. And silk and Suri has a mind of its own as well. They just go all over the place. So let me just straighten the little bits that wanted to fall apart and decide where I'm going to start. That will probably be a good enough place. Let's see. Going to have to put some twist in this leader first. Yes, I still need to do a bit of tweaking over there as well, because I tightened it a little bit too much. Let's see that takeoff is definitely still a little bit too much. I found with this little wheel, maybe it's because I didn't put Vaseline on this bobbin. I don't think it's really necessary, but anyway, you can't just pull out against it, sort of holds it very tight. Maybe I should just loosen the scotch tension a bit more. Okay, let's see. Yes, that's more like it. Okay. Now, taking a little bit of the fluff from the end. I'm just going to just add a tiny little tippy there, because this is a bit of a fly away blend with all that Suri and silk in there, and we'll give it a chance to grab. Now we're going to play, because this is going to be a thick and thin. I don't want it to be too thin, take away. This is where I'm going to play with the wheels. I don't want it to spin too fast, and it's not going to need all that much twist. So I think I'm going to put it on a higher wheel, or maybe, yeah, put it on the top wheel. I'm going to reduce my take up here as well, just to give me time to decide where I'm going to put my thick and thin bits. Okay, so let's see. Okay. There we go. It's really going to be a little bit going everywhere, not a smooth yarn. It's an out yarn. And there's no rule on how you do it. You basically just go according to how you feel. If there's some particular thick bit of kaya in there, I'm going to make it even thicker. At the moment it's still got a lot of the smooth stuff. A little bit. Still got a little bit too much twist, but so that will come out when I do the plying as well, so I think it will be okay. There we go. Some more bits of papaya that I can add in. Nice thing with thick fibre like this, well, it's going to be thick, but it goes much faster. You spin a lace yarn, obviously it takes forever. And one day when I grow up, I'll get myself a rose spinning wheel with a high-speed head and the lace flyers, and then I will do my lace making like a professional at the speed of light. And promise I will take you along on that ride when the time comes. Can't wait for that. Just go and have a look at the back, what it looks like. That one is quite nice. Just want to see if I don't add too much twist still, because it's still got a lot of twist in there. But nope, not really. Look, I hope you can see that far because the camera is in an odd position. I am actually quite happy with this. Yeah, let's carry on. It's a bit of a warm morning. Still early, but definitely warm. Oh my goodness, I should have worn something else rather, because everything is grabbing onto this clothes and half my glitter is staring at me from my dress. Anyway, I'll brush it off later. Let me just get my little thingy back together here. Some of these bits that got stuck to my dress I'm just going to add manually. Right, off we go again. It's a bit of a sparkly, very sparkly. There's some suri that fell out, folded back on itself. Let's have a chat to it and tell it where to go. You cannot do as you wish, you'll have to do as you are told. Isn't that the rules at school or government or whatever? Anyway, okay, now I'm going to let me fold that back a little bit. Suri does what it wants to. It says it's royalty, so if it wants to go, it will go. But I think I've tamed it. There we go. And we are just making some nice thick and thin bits. There's a nice one. Let's see what that looks like when I start applying. Oh my reading glasses is not stealing my fibre. Get up. Alright, I'm getting into some nice bits of that white wakaya. Now just remember, this white wakaya has not been washed, so it was shorn and then combed and put on the hackle and dizzed off. So just in case you forgot about that, but there you go. So let's see how this is going to spin. That's there. Funny how different provinces have a different sound. In this case, maybe it's a fly that's got something to do with it as well. Without the fly, when I put that lace weight, very quiet. This one has sort of a chatty rhythm to it. Not disturbing. It just tells you you're not alone. You've got your magic maker here working hard too. Very nice. The thick and thin, you have to sort of hold onto a bunch of fibers every now and then. Now, under normal circumstances, this would be having too much ply, but we're going to do a spiral ply, too much twist. We're going to do a spiral ply with that very thin yarn as well, so that excess twist is going to be used up, so don't stress too much with that. A little bit faster so that there's not so much twist going in there. I don't want to fight with it. I'll just see what it does. Okay, I've now made it take up much faster, so it will take in a little bit less twist. Definitely have to think about every move. Let's see what it will be. I'm doing one like this with beehives into. I'm not going to do the beehives in this one. That's almost broken. Seriously, should I just add it again? Because it's thick and thin, I don't have to draft too much. I pretty much use the drafting as it came off when I dizzed it. And oops, that's not good. Let's go back there and then that. Thin. That was for the end of that draft. Now I can leave it thin, or I can jipper it a bit too, which is going to be the next one. This. So, because I don't want to have a very thin spot in there, I'm going to add a little bit of this next one, just here and there. Take a bite of that. You may have some extra fluff. that I lose my treadle. And I'll just as well continue like this and carry that through. Just do a little bit more blending. Hey, go back. Catching onto my dress again. Let's put it there. Now, I don't think I need to take you along for the whole spin because that's going to be boring. I'll cut out a bit of pieces or maybe speed up or whatever. But for now I will leave the camera running. We'll see if there's interest that's popping up too. There's a nice thick bitty. Almost make a beehive with that. I have to mention here that I'm not really one for thick yarns. I naturally gravitate to nice thin lace yarns. That's sort of my first love. But these every now and then, it's actually nice making a bit of a unusual one like this. So let's see what we'll do. This will probably become a cushion. Planning on redoing my lounge. Queen Anne lounge furniture will go into the studio once that's done one day, and then I'll probably add another leather couch here, and this will look nice on leather. I'll just have to make a few more then, I think. And my feet are really not trailing nice and smooth yet. I think I'm not used to double treadling. My other spinning wheels are all single treadles, so it's something to get used to, but not something I dread. I see myself having many hours of enjoyment here. I will be taking the wheel into the game reserve this coming week, doing a bit of a spin there, where I normally do my spinning lessons, and that'll be interesting. Okay, there's a little bit of something funny in there. Let's take that out. I think it's about time to quickly have a look and see what it does. There we go. Yes. Beautiful. Look at that. I really hope you can see enough and that the camera is not too far. I'll zoom in out if need be. That's really nice. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's move this on a little bit. Okay. If all goes well, I'll even get to the flying today. I think I can add a tiny little bit more twist.